And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sogdian series of Imperator Rome Invictus here on the Lord Master channel, in which during the last few episodes, as you've probably noticed that trend if you've been catching up with this series lately, that it's been a pretty long period where we're not expanding our borders. We're kind of content with where we are at this point. You know, ranging from the steppes to the Indus, and also reaching a bit of the areas where the Ganges and the Yamuna begin. Although this part here was integrated, we didn't fight for it. But one would think in a hypothetical war against Shunga there would be two fronts. It would be one in Abhiria, and then the other towards Stanivasra down to Kuru. So basically the Maru and the Madhya is the front, but not going anywhere near the Avanti area, which is where the heartland is. But still. And also we are currently expanding the Navy a bit more. I know there's been some disloyal characters lately from, you know, from our family who's still scorned, but we're trying to make it up to them. You then, why don't you have a job? There might be something for you here. I'm gonna put you in one of these legions as a lackey of sort. Oh, of course there's also them. There you are. There, maybe they could stop being so scorned to us. And for compensation's sake, don't get angry. Just putting it there so we would have no scorned families. And let's remind everybody that Riyun is the queen of Sogdia, in which she has a high martial skill because she wanted to be a great warrior when she was little. But now she's ailing due to, well, one being an epileptic, which is a sacred disease. It's bound to shorten her life, but it increases her zeal. She's also currently suffering from Mentagra, which is very, very little mysterious disease, which is thought to have been spread by kissing and bodily contact. So it's just by facial rash with sores and severe discomfort. That hurts the charisma, which she's trying to be a bit more popular these days, but clearly the idea ain't working. And it is also responsible for increasing a little bit of tyranny around here. So as a result, it's going to be a little harder to try to get the legitimacy up faster. Unless you just let nature take its course. While meanwhile, she's siphoning funds, which does increase corruption, but we do have the means to reduce corruption over time. She's trying to get more money for herself, so that way she can start proving legitimacy. And speaking of legitimacy, that's something that we ought to look up. Isn't there something that also has surplus in the capital and increases legitimacy, just out of curiosity? Either that or I'm crazy. Or is it? Where do you find cinema? Well, it's a real popularity gain if we had some amber, but that's too far away. You find amber in the Baltic. Let me look that up again. Never mind. We have fruits. Soul discipline. Spare offense, but if we had more cedar, that ship recruits speed faster. See? That's why I've been so obsessed with cedar. Now, we're currently increasing the size of the Navy to include medium ships. And just out of curiosity, because I want to know, do these ports from our potential enemy, the Persian Kingdom, have any ports that is, you know, level 3 ports, so to speak? There's a level 2, but not 3, because if you look for 3, that means this is the port where you'll find medium ships. There. Custom. That is where. So there is a confirmation that they may have medium ships. But the real question is, where are they stationed at? Well, that we may have to answer that immediately. Give me one. Look what I mean. Give me this one. Oh, you poor saps. Never mind that. Everybody's all like, hey, we demand arms and all that. I should have never done that. Maybe it'll go in time. You know, just go exploring. Even though we do not have the naval range for that. But you could try at least reach to the nearest friendly ports there for repairs. And then we'll continue to go explore into each and every one of these areas and find their fleet. So we'll know what we're dealing with in future. Again, we're ill-prepared for any kind of war. Meanwhile, my father, who's depressed once again, who recently retired, and he's assimilating locals. For a moment I thought it says assassinating locals or whatever. But he's encroaching on public lands. That's corruption. Also on the agenda, Spitaminis, who is Bactrian ritualistic. Now, I don't like that. These are the wrong culture. Because if this Bactrian speaking son of mine was to become king, there's going to be bound to be problems. Because the Bactrian is not an integrated culture. Whereas my daughter, Roshan, is a Sogdian Zoroastrian. She's of the right culture, but she's got very high zeal. Even though she's a bit stressed, health-wise. So yes, I get a feeling that she's going to be the one to watch for. She may not have the martial skill, but awfully high zeal for a child of that age, knowing it may increase more in the future. All the more reasons why I need to get that legitimacy up faster. Because I may have to appoint Roshan for the sake of culture rather than religion. I mean, we've been wanting to become Zoroastrians for some time. Now you're out of naval range, so you're going to start taking attrition the deeper you go. So watch for this strength. Just simply want you to go over there and have a rest. Because I want to have a look at their fleet. Of course, got to keep that stability up. And if our stability gets high enough, then I may have to switch along. For this. For more national citizen happiness. Because, oh, there's that, too. More research on noble happiness. But let's get real here. Citizens are more common than nobles. Over 2,000 slaves. Well, plenty of freemen as well. Scientific breakthrough. One of our researchers, Utapala Yadava, thinks he's just about to make a notable scientific breakthrough in a research he's currently working on. All that is needs some more supplies and funds for the next couple of years. To be able to get his hands on some of these, he's personally asked our queen if he could be given access to them. The rest of our researchers would certainly suffer if we were to make this move. But maybe it's worth after all. Oh, we're about to get a bunch of... You know what? As much as I would like this, but... No, he'll get everything he needs. Stack up on the innovations. I'll deal with those soon. Kinda interested on wanting to know what's out there. Want you to rest at this here port and then make some repairs and then we'll get going. Tribal chief often offers friendship. No, we don't need it. As always. Because I'm still considerably unpopular. Each month will be repaired, so in 2 months, and then we'll set sail again. Level 14, you're level 9. We are really... They are really outclassed militarily. That's why, like, in a future war, it's likely we're going to fight against the Persian Kingdom rather than the Shunga, as the Shunga continues to beat itself up. Oh, who's there? Attack class. Oh. It's from there. Alright, we expected a rebellion from that. Oh, and the South Tyrant Basin as well. These are the 2 areas that just rebelled. I forgot about that there was going to be a rebellion coming there. I didn't see that there because I didn't move it down. Okay. This could be dealt with. Go get him, Tiger. Well, meanwhile, a far better Imperial General will be heading to there. Reclaim those areas and then this land will be ours. This could be dealt with. Where's your fleet? Sail up to Ctesiphon, and then sail around to there. And then head back again to have a rest here, and then sail back. Well, I'm dealt with. Not a good idea to be following us, you know. Good. Right on top of us. I'll go deal with that. Use deception. First time I'm leading troops to combat. Samarkand's being besieged. Yeah, we got 3 innovations now. I need visual confirmation. They actually took down their fortifications here. Well, that's good, because we always had one there, and now I'm kind of not interested. So we took care of that little situation. Now it's your turn. Well, meanwhile, I will personally head to there. You're moving on there as well. Oh, you're just loyal now. Oh, that stupid scorn panel ever since the split the fleet thing. I done made a mistake. Because there's more navies now. Hold on, I didn't see that. I missed that. Show me again. I didn't see that. I was distracted. We killed this amount of troops out there. But that ain't all. They all gotta be dealt with. We'll get him. Saurian revolt down there. No ships sighted here. Head to there. This is the city of Babylon, which consists of either of these 2 rivers. Go on the Euphrates side. And then turn around and make a rest here. Out of the family of one of our disloyal armies. Rid of them. That didn't make me popular. Let me go pay a visit to there. There you go. nice looking. Just give him this once more. Again, I need visual confirmation. So I guess they had another civil war, is Carthage. Here's some legitimacy for you. Assert authority. Oh, you'll be fine. Should I be confident about the skills of my physician? Oh, he's good at his craft. I have faith in him. I'll go seek treatment, spending my personal funds for this. Found them. 69 ships. They do have a few mediums, but they're mostly triremes, but only one of them the other class and the other that, so you did your work, so now return to there. And get together before these families get a little more antsy. Because we all gotta stick together. Go take care of that mess. We have a few engineers, so they should go down fast. Right, so we now have an idea on where they are. Please make some repairs before you go on. What the hell? Fast-growing population, though. Thought about building a shipyard there, so that way we could build them faster. Alright, the population capacity is right. It's just if only we had a bit more cedar in our capital. Don't want to piss off the Gandhari culture. So I should pass judgment on important families. Some of them could be talented folks that we may want to adopt into our families in far future. Give me the former ruler, this man, and have the rest crucified. Now return to here. There's room. Have at it. Again, this is a big mistake that I made. And speaking of mistakes, I'm willing to make another one. And that is anoint my Zoroastrian daughter, I guess. Only because of cultural reasons than anything else. There's only 7 for now. That's the reason why I've been wanting to get it up in the first place. And I do have some degree of popularity right now. It's only 25, you'll take that hit. So we're now back down to the way it was. The decision of Riyun to hold a grand ceremony to nominate a mere child as co-ruler and official successor has been hard to stomach for some political grandees in our country. The coronation ceremony have gone on without a hitch, but there is desert brewing among the rich and mighty in Sogdia. Again, we're not trying to start a female lineage, a dynasty of Sogdians. It's just more of circumstances. So all the pretenders must support her in any way she can. Well, meanwhile, I'm just trying to seek treatment to try to, get rid of this, so I can have some charisma back, and to slow down the decline of my health. Right, now, what is it that I want? Because I got all of this. Oh yes, I remember now. Lighthouses, that's for export value, because we know that in the trade overview. The import value is up, but remember, we have 44.23 and now 48.77. So now we make fortune by exporting. I've always wanted to do that. Now, what else? Import rounds. Oh, actually, increase the threshold of civil war, because we know, due to the tyranny, which has caused a little minor effect, and I'm always wary about potential civil wars, and this threshold here, based on the current tyranny, I think so. We want to get that up, because I know I did a little screwing around there, so I guess this will do. More civic events. Another capital import route, and then temporary office, which reduces the monthly wages for carriages and reduces the loyalty gain chance for our cohorts, and increasing the percentage threshold for possible civil war, so it makes it less likely a little. So by reducing the time any single soldier holds a title on military, they are less likely to have the time means to take advantage of the system. Huh. We could go all the way to trade ports, and you see that our largest city of the whole country, Alexandria, Sogdia, currently gets world port. But then again, I've made it a modern comparison to New York City, so I guess Alexandria, Sogdia is our New York City. Population capacity even more than it really needs to be. But I really wish it was somewhere else, like say down there, but it's not a metropolis. But it's in Sogdia. I mean, not even Samarkand can compare to this. And you still make more food. Actually, hold that thought. Move one slave. And then you got room for a building. It doesn't matter what they say because province loyalty is never going to go down. This is a capital province. Here, well, this is never going to go down because it's capital region. And all the other benefits that comes from me as governor, as its queen. Correct. I mean, sure, the center of learning is here. But here, it's just as important. So many freemen live there. Not to mention highly civilized. It's gonna have that effect once you have world ports. We have that. Again, I'm thinking. Oh, and this city is very dear to me. I'm thinking Grand Theater here. Right, now that I'm up here, use this. And now this province isn't this slow anymore. And we gotta build a Grand Theater up here as well, for more provincial loyalty. So I'm touring the country. So head down to Transluxus. Even though war is already over. What are we missing? Precious metals. And national citizen happiness. Every little bit helps to try to make it less likely for uprisings. Whereas now I'm trying to attract people to come live there. We'll build one more mill there, so we can start making some lapis lazuli. Which, as a reminder, lapis lazuli. Use that political influence and slaves local surplus. Town order gains production focus. Must produce 3 to gain a unique trading modifier. Modifier is gained when at least 75% of production of a trade good is controlled. That's all lapis lazuli producing territories, mind you. So that way we can use that to enact the national decision to have that. We need more people to come live over here. Though it's quite far away from that. There's very little people migrating. Along with a little bit of growth. I mean, there's this. But give it time. There's other people that live in those cities. The wealthier residents of Amna have sent a formal petition on behalf of the entire province, complaining about the harsh ways of the governor. Oh my goodness, he's super corrupt. Father gave him free hands, you know. Remove this miser. This would help me with popularity. You can impose sanctions, which gets rid of his corruption largely, but it hurts the prestige and helps more to that tyranny. I forget about the espionage option. I could just imprison him outright, but he's harmless. He's got no power base. Give you that. Of course, that means, yeah, now it's 6. They increased the limit ever since I did a stupid thing. Because now everybody wants a damn job. The only solution to that is you might as well create another legion. I mean, Maru has increased largely. I mean, I would love a cavalry-only force, but I'd rather have that for Scythia. What the problem with that now is, you know, regarding Scythia as well. Actually, there's a way to check that. What is it? Scythia. Oh, that doesn't help. Trying to look up, you know, the demographics regarding all this. It's like, yes, I understand total values, but I'm talking about, you know, not just the province, but the whole governorship. Actually, there's gotta be one. That's provinces. Yeah, they don't tell you the cultural makeup of the area. It's basically, well, figure it out yourself, especially in areas where there's cities. So you'll know who's who. It's the Khwarezmians, the ones I have issues with. Which makes me want to integrate them as well, but it would be temporary. While meanwhile, we can create an army of that's from Maru. The problem is that'd be too little, and it would be mainly be a supporting army. I would most definitely love to have a cavalry-only army, but I'd rather have that with Scythia because of you get to have horse archers. But that'd be too little of force. So all the more reason why we gotta increase the populations of areas where Greco-Indians lived. Okay, of all the people that's of Aryan culture. Besides the Gandharis, Avanti are more numerous than the Sindhi. And yeah, I'm sorry about all this. But in 5 years, you'll forgive us. Unless we want to send more of our Sogdian populace to areas where Avantis live. Oh, that city, yes. But the problem is Salvira will be disloyal. This is an unruly area. And plus nobody lives there, so this is perfectly ripe to send us Sogdian peoples to go there and live there. This will be a majority culture in no time. Okay then. Stop moving. Just take me a quick trip. Make a quick stop in Transoxus, and then so make a quick trip to Transoxus to pay a visit there, and then I will force march to go all the way down to Salvira, and we will establish a Sogdian colony there right now. Not a popular move, but it's something that I gotta do. Especially that's an area where hardly anybody lives there, so this is perfect to send Sogdian settlers over there. So the arrival of Sogdian settlers hardly endeared the local population to us. The foundation of a colony in here is without doubt the best way to exert control here in the long run. Even local Avanti inhabitants will see how our city will prosper and surpass any previous settlements they may have had in this area before the land was confiscated. We sent a bunch of freemen, a few slaves and a few citizens from various parts of Sogdia to go down to Khajradaro. So now you done made a disloyal province. But we're trying to help this place. Because a further increase of population there, as part of Maru, this would help it in the long run. See? We're trying to increase it. Oh, Gedrosia, that isn't going to go up anytime soon. As this is part of Gedrosia. But most certainly, this will become a metropolis in a few years. According to my own predictions in my own head. over quickly. Oh, thank you. Been receiving treatment for an elf for some time. Thanks to the superb skill of Farkun, who oversees the mysterious medical arts, it would seem the full recovery has been made. Now I gotta worry about legitimacy. But thanks to that corruption that I've gained, it'll go down slowly. But I want more money. Just for only a few months. And maybe, perhaps... Actually, hold on. Next year, we'll go for the games again. Even if I get myself hurt. Paid a royal visit here. Now the long march to Sogdia, which the nearest is down here. Of course, the alternative is, hey, take a quick boat trip and send me down here. No, you have to go across the river for that. I'll pay. You know, that area is also a Sogdian colony. And so is this one. It is really as if we are sending a bunch of our people down there. But we gotta restore the faith. Those that really need it. Noble happiness. Shed more wine. Wish you have more honey. Then again, there's you. You really do help with the income and all that. Prove legitimacy. I'm just gonna be spending some money for that. But now the tyranny will start going down. So my loyalty can never be questioned again. Say, look at that. Through temporary office, now we're further away from any possible civil war. Even if we do have a disloyal army around. And when we make this new army, that's going to be the purpose of it. And that is to send a bunch of lackeys to run the damn army. Oh, we got some issues here. Here we go again. I'm here. Just a quick trip. Cross the river to another port and then we'll be right in Sogdia. Just going on a cross-country tour. The capital here. Which, to be honest, the capital should be down here. Still disloyal, but we did our part. Would be the best thing in the world, but that lowers the output. Don't want to do harsh treatment because that's the last thing that anybody wants. Because what I'm trying to do is to get it up. You want to increase the population of Maru? Well, we'll have to centralize that as well. Every territory that is not the province capital gets this. Aha. Might as well. You can't build any buildings right now, unless you gotta do something to appeal to them. Since you've done pissed them off. Like perhaps you can get them back on your side. Such as all this. If I have a little more stability, that would be good. But we don't have that right now. Greco-Bactrian. Spitaminis, modest. Acknowledgement of noble birth. Barzun, the commander of one of our most prestigious armies, presented a request to be acknowledged officially as a man of recognized noble stature. This sudden outreach demand was accompanied by a public proclamation of the inadequacies of our own royal house. It would surely be harm to us, standing to kill this demand. What is the matter with you, man? That hurts the stability. Now to Bactria proper. Now it's majority Sogdian. See, we're really upping the size of population there by sending people who are of, you know, the right culture and the integrated ones mixed in. Sorry that this had to happen to all of you. But what other choice do we have? Third charm. Sure. Bactrian, Zoroastrian. Yep, this family is slowly turning Zoroastrian. I mean, if I were to drive that point home, I would have not had a Hindu. That forced conversion thing. Like, we could have easily had a Zoroastrian high priest right now. In fact, you're not even a member of any family. That's something we should have done earlier. But you have the zeal of 11. Although he's become a lunatic as of late. But we cannot deny that that man has great statesmanship, so I can't get rid of him. Because he's too beneficial. The video. It's a little too late, but if we were to do that, well, there's no province where it's dominated and which has room for settlers. There's none of that here. They're all rural people. Again, part of Moto. All the more reasons why we would love to expand to down there. That's held by the Shunga, which they now finally got their act together. So now we have more population than they do because they were killing each other in the Civil War. Again, you're over that. He is a friend of everybody. There will be a day. There will be a day that we will have fleets going out. See the Pops info. He was the Tribune. He was trying to steal something. Just a moment. There's only one migration. We already sent our people there, and this is about as much as we can do. Although we're trying to encourage migration there, but bearing in mind, they're going over there. But the place to be is there. But the province is this slow right now, despite world visitation. And corrupt governor. How corrupt are you? Well, it's gonna go down slowly. As he's trying to focus on statesmanship. He better damn well be. Got me to thinking. What is the difference? It's like, yes, there's still a lot of seconds. Again, I'm just looking up. They could change it to noble. will prevent them from promoting beyond noble. Since you're promoting a new culture, noble rights, this will reduce the happiness. Oh, it reduces more. Okay, that's what that does. I've been wondering about that. You see, this is why we keep Chandragupta. For events like these. The recent passing of Katch. Oh, that was my father. Yes, that was my father. I forget who that was. Died of dysentery and diphtheria. Oh, man. The recent passing of my father, Katch, has caused a widespread interest among the court and amongst our population at large. His considerable fortune is such magnitude, even after settling various debts that he owed, a number of claimants have come forward, hoping to secure themselves a windfall. One such claimant, Kakavana Trigata, has a support of a number of other wealthy patricians from around our Sogdia, and is widely considered to be the rightful heir to the fortune. Nevertheless, we must make a decision the best to understand. You know, we gave him a holding in Sevai. Who owns it now? That would be me. I inherited that. Well, since my father kicked the bucket, look how much wealth I have now. We're gonna hold some games here, but let me see. You have no power base, and he doesn't have declining health, but if he gets sick again, and it will be soon, he's gonna be gone, so I'll just say split between the children. By children you mean me and my little sister. So in other words, think of the children. So here you go, you got some wealth. Ah! 88,000! I'm the richest woman in the world. Ha! Ha! Damn. Was my father really that rich? Ever since he lived on happy retirement and he's stealing money or getting money from locals or whatever he was doing? I mean, yes, I gave, 1,000 or some odd to my sister, while I get to keep the lion's share. But, it's also multiplied by 2, I mean, yes, I'm slightly corrupt, but it'll slowly go away in due time. Nothing to worry about. But the ongoing games thing is going to expire this coming November. So yeah, let the games begin. But who owns the holding of Zoopolis? Nobody. I like to own that myself too. Continues to grow at an extraordinary rate. So we should have a shipyard. Again, this is to be a very important naval base. This would soon become a metropolis in due time. It's going to take about a year, then we're going to build some new other class of ships. He was the governor of Gajosia. Oh, not you. Crafty. But corruption will slowly go down, but this is gonna... Well, actually it won't cause problems long. Just give them the position. he does something stupid with that, I got my eye on you. Keep centralizing the population. Because that place is of great importance. It's only us who needs a job. Got that trigger. Samtish. Let me find an office for you. Oh, they won't like that. Because that's favoritism. Here. Something for you. Even though your statesmanship is total crap, but I got faith in you. Oh, and let me treat you with that little thing you got going on. I'll spend money on it. The decision did wonders for me. Never one for reckless behavior. Riyun is a woman who prides herself on a measured, careful approach to any venture. Now she's cautious, which her martial is lowered a bit. But as long as she's the commander of her levy, reinforcement speed and on morale goes up. Though it's kind of contradictory. I mean, she's confident, but also cautious. Seems a little, you know. Alright, we got them on our side. And I'll go pay a visit over here. State. There exists in Sogdia a general feeling of dissatisfaction with the financial practices of Samtish, which he is the son of the admiral. Son of the admiral. Malicious rumors circulate, painting a wild picture of hordes of gold jealously squirreled away in the national treasury. Donate to the poor. I'll get some of that popularity up. Managing to get the stability up. I recall there's an innovation somewhere that is supposed to reduce the law. Am I crazy? Ah, this one. You gotta get movement of water and river barges. It all needs one of, so this and this, which adds more import value and faster naval speed. And then this. And I would love to pass some laws right now, but I guess we could at least do one. But to be realistic, you can handle the legitimacy thing just fine. You just got to be popular and have a lot of stability. Although that's about to change. But first, you're gonna get this soon. And then you're gonna get that, but these are also long-term later. We don't expect to get this anytime soon, so I might as well take advantage of this right now. Just More research means faster innovations. Or legitimacy to keep the nobles happy. Which, you know... Look, at an average place... More unhappy citizens is less dangerous than unhappy slaves, but unhappy nobles are a bit more unruly. So I think it would be wise to go for Might of Majesty, just to increase the national noble happiness. Through institutional continuity and strong martial heritage, we will create a kingdom where our dynasty is so ingrained that the very thought of this country functioning without us will be impossible, because we have scientific patronage. So this would be ideal, since you always lament about legitimacy being lowered each time when there's a succession, especially with the change of anointing heirs and all that. So we're going for that. For future reference. There are more freemen than there are citizens. But, you know, the freemen, they contribute to manpower in addition of taxes. But you always often build cities with the buildings that appeals to citizens more than freemen. You always build more citizen districts than freeman districts, so I think in the future you should go for the one with the freemen, with courts for landowners. That's what you need. Oh, and another thing. Hold games. Because I got the money for it. So now you don't have to worry about any legitimacy unless you need one quickly if you're a person that's not in good health like me. In true Sogdian fashion, our benevolent ruler has ordained that there will be a period of games and festivity again. While it's not commonplace, made it a common folk in court alike are pondering whether Riyun herself will take to the sands to prove her bravery for all to see. Bring on the challenge. Shipyard's complete. Continue to expand the Navy. See? It used to be 180 days, and now with this shipyard here, now it takes 120 days. So, let me count here. So, 30 is a month. 60, 90, 4 months. It takes 4 months to build these ships each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It does include Sibai, so they're going to be lagging behind because they don't have a shipyard like this down here. Actually, no. Stop. I forget. Also, the Lasgi has collapsed again. Splintered into numerous sub-clans. Sogdia, Vitoria, Bazdaman, Bagariza, Yazi. Yep, they've really done themselves, so. Those two feudatories there. Yep, they done screwed themselves for picking a side there. Now I'm trying to remember. What do we do? Oh yeah, stop the production. This is not what I want. We already got the ships that we need. Because this is the one that's going to be transferred to there. your priority right now is to build these ships. Plus, you don't have the right military tradition. But at least we do know that the Persian kingdom does not have these heavy ships. So, now for the hexags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one will be produced a little faster. And then we'll link up with the fleet. The raging sun beats down the competitors, glistening with oil and sweat. Many weeks of events have come and gone. Whispers of mock regarding this final event. That game of Harpestum. The crowd cheers in jubilation as Riyun appears, accompanied by garlanded Sogdian youths. None dare to question the majesty of such a titan of competition. As all surely expected, Riyun does away with the competition in characteristic style, with a wreath firmly placed upon her head, and the adoring populace of Kiropolis chant their approval firmly. Huzzah for House Wahangnian. That helps in legitimacy in the eyes of everybody, including the primary attraction. Alright, now we'll pay this visit, and then that's enough of that. Maybe. I mean, once that royal visitation expires, there's a modifier for that, I believe, somewhere. Here. It'll expire this December. Damn it! I'm gonna take my sweet time to get down here again. What I need is to get more influence. Because I got so much popularity nowadays that 72.80, now 77.80. I need more of this. Again, my health will slowly continue to decline. It's not yet reached very poor. I mean, it'll go down more and more, yes. My goodness! High zeal, and all of a sudden she's getting more and more martial. Mind you, this happens each month for gaining any of these skills. But unfortunately, she kind of follows my path of being less charismatic. I'm glad I made the right call. But my only curiosity is, what does this mean when she becomes a Zoroastrian? Or will she go ritualistic? I had to choose her because it's a cultural thing rather than a religious thing. If this country does become Zoroastrian, I am willing to pass that law of religious conversion because I want this to be a Zoroastrian country. I mean, look at the religion as a whole. Ritualistic stays north, Hellenic stays there, Hindu stays there. This is all, and Heptatic, the west. It makes it feel like, I don't know, but it also should be kept well in mind that only 10% of this country is Zoroastrian. And I know whenever we fight against the Persian kingdom, the Hellenics will become the majority. Again, no way on earth that we'd be able to embrace Zoroastrianism unless, like, what if the ruling character becomes Zoroastrian, and then I don't have to use this decision? And does that mean I could choose the pantheon deity that comes from, you know, Zoroastrianism itself once I take that option? Good. I need you here because you got time to improve your stateship, and plus you're a relative of mine. Not terribly worried about the legitimacy thing now, because they're all gonna come around. She's got this skill. Even though she's gonna be the one, unlike me, to turn this country upside down. Are we really going to abandon the old gods in favor of... Read what the decision says in description. The teachings of Zoroaster permeated Persian society since he was given the wisdom of Ahura Mazda. The truth and inherent benevolence of the faith quickly spreads throughout Sogdia. It is time for us to devote ourselves entirely to one path. And that may happen when she becomes the next queen of Sogdia. Accident in Kokcha. We've been told of a major industrial accident, the extensive works in the vicinity of Kokcha in Pamir. Gemstones is the main export of the city, and it seems the knuckleheads in charge of the site allowed parts of the structure supports to fall into neglect as they try to keep with the high demand. A huge collapse has all but wiped the working shifts of slaves, and the owners come groveling to the provincial authorities for compensation to help re-establishing production. The slaves themselves are none too happy with their loss of their friends and family, and naturally cagey about returning to work in such conditions. Without significant repairs, there's no way production can be maintained at anywhere near the previous levels. The slaves are bound to cause problems without a show of goodwill. Compensate the owners and ensure decent working conditions. Again, I'm the richest woman in the world. I'll be willing to pay, even though I'm using state treasury rather than from my own personal funds. Oh, and lower the Fort Nets again to get even more income. Because we still have that one army that's disloyal. Yeah, Bactriana. Hospitality. So I gain a little more charisma. 32 years old, I'm still of childbearing age. May never know I'll have a fourth child. It doesn't say because I'm not pregnant, as of yet, for this character. Again, both of you are of the incorrect culture. You know, the man I'm married to is a royal tutor. He's the one that's bringing Bactrian, well, Zoroastrianism there. And he's a nice man. Although, a tad bit greedy, though. I want you to look at the moment. Character focus. Like, what if the future queen is going to be one of zeal? I'm looking. If that would indeed be Roshan's path. Who knows that she could be a woman of Ormazd? Here we go again. Okay, no longer disloyal. Now I can manage this. It's due to governor corruption now. It's the reason why it's been like this. Now build a grand theater, because every city needs one. No room. There's room. We already have this. Despite the desert and arid climate. Your earthworks is gone. Knowing I want more people to come here, we'll build a port here. So yes, a port next to this one. Oh, you've grown considerably. We'll build an aqueduct there. Anything to contribute. So one day we may have to create a 10 cohort strong army of Maru. Because I have interest in that area. Because again, with Maru you can get this. I mean, it's not quite an Indian province. Property where we can get elephants. Much like Gandhara. You see, this is why, as of late, in this series, this is becoming a bit of a lull compared to the recent expansions, because I want to focus on the here and now, with what you have gained, and try to strengthen up with not only the manpower, the income, so you can support more armies, even if you're going to start having generals that are going to become more and more disloyal to you. And as well as the possibility of a change of religion in this country. That's the reason why I don't want to rush it too much. Barely made it into level 10. We're about to get another innovation soon, so... Free province investment. I know where to get it exactly. I mean, while it's tempting to go down this way, all the way to turn Alexandria Scott into a world port, which is great, but there's other places, you know. I'm just looking. Oh, those planned ones I used to put there. Needs one of, needs one of. Imprisoning characters that are corrupt no longer. I mean, that's really good. Because I always hate corrupt people. But I'm kind of far more interested in getting a way to reduce the cost to, you know, change laws. So I'm actually going to start going this way. So one free province investment. As much as I want more people to come over here, bring more slaves, produce a bunch of lapis lazuli, get it up to population 50. Oh, you're the one that's causing issues. Yeah, there are more citizens that are rather unhappy. All we need is to build a shrine and then problem solved, but we need another mill. That's what it needs. Guess I'm gonna go pay a visit up here. I'm a traveling queen. I've become very economic intensive. I mean, you might as well become a plutocratic monarchy at this point. I mean, that would cause the stability drop if we enacted that national decision. Ports built. That'll increase some migration attraction to here. More freemen. And they can go off to wherever. She's 11, and this coming July she's about to turn 12, so we'll know what kind of education she'll receive. So, for now, it would seem that she's got 7 martial law, 8 zeal. A high amount of zeal means, you know, more stability. Kind of want to go to that route. She just got her finesse up just now. If only she were to get rid of stress, then her finesse would be good. But charisma is always sorely lacking in that field. But it's the finesse is what helps with statesmanship. Oh, just exactly as I thought. She's becoming zealous. She's definitely gonna be the woman of almost. But who am I then? An epileptic. People can say things about me, but I'm only here to influence the stakeholders. And you see, it's doable to get rid of corruption. And I'm also the richest woman in the world. And I know for a fact that Roshan, while she does have a bit of wealth herself, she's going to become the richest little girl whenever I pass. Or retire. Which it won't happen until I turn 60 years old. Now you have a private investment. I'm thinking here or there. I mean, Gadrosia isn't going to go up anytime soon, because there's a lot of Gadrosia out there that you're never going to control until much later. So the likely option would be there. So I could build me a mill. I want to start making some more battlesses. Even if we have to move a bunch of slaves to this city. And it's going to cause uprisings, and everybody's going to go ape about it, and all that. We'll never beat the Sugar and the... What the... I saw it. So he is the Raja. He's a theocratic monarch. Not autocratic, theocratic. This man thinks he's a Brahmin king. But to be real honest here, when it comes to how long they've been around, was it the you know, let me look that up. Actual Indian history I know of regarding Shunga Empire. Spell that. Shunga Empire. Actually, that's correct. In real life, the Shunga Empire was founded by Pushyamitra Shunga. He reigned from 885 BC to 149. He was a Hindu, yes. And I think I recall that he was a Brahmin king. Not a Kshatriya king, but a Brahmin king. So this theocratic monarchy thing is actually true to life. Now they're at war with the sun. this bit down here. A city-state. Oh, let me find a job. Oh, you're actually one of the better ones. Okay. Gandhara needs you. Here's a mill. So that means it's going to be every 11th slave pub will produce more lapis lazuli here. Whereas down here it's 5. You know, I never touched that whole special pumps thing. Do you see what this does? That costs political influence. It has its benefits, but my issue with that is we don't get enough of these. Anyways, here for a royal visit again, and I'm soon gonna go down here again. Because Salvira is this unruly place that it's got to keep under control every time I come here. Oh, I'm expected to have a 4th child in less than a half a year. That's great. You see, this is why I chose family focus, because I want to have more children because of this whole bottleneck in our dynasty that we're trying to break out of. Hey, guardian of family. You a married man? You got kids? No? Okay. For other male members. Camaraderie, I've never seen that trait before. Relates to the mod, obviously. Age. Oh, not like that. Actually, you're not even closely related. Adopted you. You're in fine health. You know what? Go ahead. Marry my sister. And, wants money. Wait a minute, I gain myself money? Oh, it's all within the family. Okay, hold on. I'm spending the state funds while I gain personal wealth from those said state funds. And just did. My goodness. Money never leaves this woman's purse. Used state funds just to give her personal wealth. Is that considered corruption? You're spending state wealth only for it to return to me, and it becomes your personal wealth rather than state wealth? Ah, this other city that I never really gave a damn about. That's rather unfortunate, because there's hardly any temporary modifiers here. Thank you. Now, what can we do here? I mean, it's part of the Maru, so... think it would be of great importance to build a port here, so more people can come here if they wish to. Because these Greco-Indians are helpful people. Not to mention industrious. Speaking of industrious, what timing? I was about to say industrious regarding down here, but this event popped up. The industrious folk in Bactra have excelled themselves, contributing their own personal funds to develop infrastructure to their fine city. We hope this attitude can be mirrored by some of our less loyal subjects. What? Granary. Or a conscription camp. Yeah, go ahead, give him a granary. It helps them with the sieges and whatnot. Damn, you're almost a metropolis too. Oh, by the way though, it costs the same for a metropolis. It's just cheaper to build cities, but turning them into metropolis is still an expense. Yeah, my issue is the lack of charisma from her. Oh, and I'm also about to have a child. Kashmir again. I'm past due date. Katch. Name him after my father? Sure. I'll honor him. And by the way, Sogdian ritualistic, right culture and faith. But I've already made my mind. Let's see if we can improve relations with them again. We just want to be good trading partners. We're not gonna fight against them in the near future, obviously. But there's a few other places I would like to, you know. We don't have contact with Macedon, do we? No. Ptolemaic? No. Kush, you kitten. Albania is a migratory tribe, but is a trial vassal to us, so you ain't going anywhere. Under my watch. Actually, it's much more manageable now, because, does not have the trait to corrupt. That's how you impose sanctions. That's how you do that. And you are extorting territory. No wonder. I ought to bring on trial for this if you become more corrupt. You know what? Go ahead. I dare you. Is corrupt. Well, at least you admitted it to me. I could force you into retirement right now, and you can get out of here. Or either that I can make you so corrupt that I'll give you free hand so you can be even more corrupt. Because clearly, you're gonna keep it up with that. You know what? Give him that. I'll say, yeah, go ahead, see what happens. I'm gonna make you more corrupt, then one day. Oh, and just to give you that further. I mean, I'll even give you some of them. I'll make you more corrupt. And you can do that again in 4 years. Just a further increase on the child so we can screw them over later. But as long as I'm here to do this, then folks will be happy. Our tribal neighbor Pumarang started investing a lot of their treasury to open up the borders between our two nations. Hopefully this will prove beneficial for us as well, though their tribesmen are somewhat more unruly than we are used to. We should keep Pumarang in mind, as they could prove good friends in the future as well. Surely only good things can come from this. Let's hope that this friendship will be worth it. And we'll actually close the episode on that note. So in the next episode, we will continue with focusing on the here and now in Sogdia and in various other places. Hey, get down here. I forgot about you. You're still up there. But anyway, so and our navy is built. And so therefore we do have a legitimate navy now, as they'll be going up here. And our legitimacy is full. Everyone will support the upcoming next Queen of Sogdia in Roshan, who's unfortunately expected to have less charisma, which is going to hurt her popularity, but she's going to be a Zoroastrian nonetheless. And when she grows up, she's going to have a random personality trait from a refined list. She's going to be the woman of Ormazd when she becomes queen. Which is the only thing I'm rather concerned of. Is she really going to be truly Zoroastrian, or we're going to be stuck with ritualistic? That question will be answered in this next episode, as we've just reached the new year here. So, we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. Expect more of the same for this next decade in the next episode, as much as I'm only focused on getting more political influences just as much as we can, as I'm in very poor health but not near death, because the health is slowly deteriorating because I'm an epileptic. But if I ever get sick at some point of this character's life, then well, then get ready for the brand new era of Sogdia, if it is indeed going to be Zoroastrian. And then we, you know, start switching some things and all that and more. So we hope you join us for that, and as well as getting more innovations that would help us out and all that. But until then, so long for now.